It's War Thunder Stats, and in this episode, we are looking at some of the top performing nations and tanks at 6.3 BR for June 2025 based on real player data. Using a machine learning algorithm called K-means clustering, I identified one of the most lethal tanks at this BR based on several performance metrics. Can you guess which tank it is? It is the premium T-44 FM. Now I'm using Thunderskill data, which is more representative of serious or veteran players, and this is a relatively new vehicle with less player data with high scores that are likely being driven by skilled players that own this rare tank. But based on the data, it does look like the players that own the T-44 FM have been extremely effective with it in June. It has a relatively high KD, but this has been trending downward over time. This downward trend is likely due to the accumulation of more data and stabilization of the metric. But I also ranked all 6.3 vehicles by combat effectiveness, my new metric that combines and weights KD, win rate, and targets destroyed per battle. And the top 5 vehicles based on combat effectiveness are the T-44 FM, the US T-20, the Sherman Jumbo, the US T-25, and the T-34-100. All of these are premiums except for the US Sherman Jumbo and T-25. Now let's remove the premiums and only look at the top non-premium tanks ranked by combat effectiveness. The top 2 I've already mentioned, they are the Sherman Jumbo and the US T-25, but the next highest rated non-premiums are the Su-100P, the STA-1, the Jagdpanther Panther G1, the Charioteer Mk7, and the Type 75. Looking only at KD, the Jumbo has consistently been the most lethal of the non-premiums. Looking at nations, the US, Japan, Germany, and Russia have all had the highest aggregated KDs at 6.3. For win rates, the US and Russia have been more successful compared to other nations. Now, both of these nations are solid choices for this BR, but based on some Bayesian analysis, I calculated that there's a 60% probability that the US has a higher combat effectiveness than Russia. This is not conclusive, but it does indicate that the US vehicles have the statistical edge here. 6.3 is one of my favorite BRs. What's your favorite nation and tank? Let me know in the comments. Remember that the best tank is the one you're most effective with. Thanks for watching War Thunder Stats. I'll catch you next time.